Healing crystals, skincare routines, knitting a sweater, fitting in jeans. With Katie and Sarah, no need to worry, you're on a lady journey.
Well, during our little break, we just found out that my Facebook is spamming. My Facebook
It's working.
is sending out. Yeah, it's working.
Why can't it spam like important people?
Why can't my Facebook just actually, instead of spamming people, why can't it just spam for me and just send out my resume? Just
Yeah.
send out my tape. Please
It's
book
like,
me.
Here's the porn link.
Yeah. It's just like a modern trope that like no other time period has ever had to deal with, just like finding out that like your private account is like sending porn to people. It's like we're truly in another time. Like
That wasn't happening back in colonial times. Like going to town center and be like, if anyone's received porn,
hear ye. Oh, that you're just like somebody in your household is secretly sending illicit poems to other members of the court. Oh boy,
Lady
this was,
Journey.
oh my god, this is a bonus, but that was a good riff.
That was a great
riff. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm really jazzed about the bonus episode today because I will be talking about my new journey that I'm going on. It's called homemade granola, which I am obsessed with. It's everything. It's all I eat.
It is. And we were talking earlier about like, don't you feel like when you eat granola that you should be able to eat as much as you want without gaining any weight, and that you will be supplemented with any kind of vitamin that you don't have?
This is, they sell that. It's called Soylent. And it's like obviously a play on the movie Soylent Green, which you're like, this is in bad taste because that was, remember,
disturbing.
It was people.
Yeah.
But it's called like Soylent, and it's just like a little milkshake, and it's like every nutrient you have. Like that's how I feel about oatmeal. That's how I feel about granola.
Yeah.
Okay, it has everything I need. It has oats, butter, sugar, vanilla, nuts, dried cherries,
Caramel popcorn.
Oh, why not? Anything you put in granola, it's like trail mix. You're like, this is healthy. Tiny
know.
peanut butter cups. This is a meal.
We need this.
We need this.
It's protein.
Raisins, obviously.
I mean, clearly. But you know what I find? If you put the word power in front of anything you eat,
power,
it's healthy.
Power peanut butter cups.
Power
it's so
Skittles.
true. It's all about the branding. Yeah, Power Skittles.
Yeah.
Well, see, the thing
So
is,
how does one get involved in a granola journey?
Well,
what drew you to it? What video did you see? What lady
So,
out there?
My inspiration came from the fact that, as you know, it's been inflation, and I've been trying to cut down on my grocery bill.
Granola's like $10 for nothing.
It is so crazy. Like I remember, I've always found cereal to be overpriced.
I won't buy it.
I won't buy it, but lately I've just been like, God, I used to come home like from doing spots, especially like before the pandemic. I would come home, I would have a big bowl of cereal, and that would be like my dinner for like a perfect late night dinner. And I haven't been letting myself get it because I was, doing no sugar or whatever. But now I go to get it, and it's like, it is literally $10 for a box of cereal. And it's just like, that's a meal. So I was like, I've not been getting cereal, but I was at Whole Foods and I saw that they had homemade, store-made granola, and it was, it's just like 2 servings. Well, the way I eat it, which is like 2 cups. 2 cups.
Yeah, I eat to my container when it comes to food like that.
It's so good. So I got it from Whole Foods. I've been mixing it with the Siggi's, which is my favorite yogurt.
Okay, it sounds like cigarettes.
Siggi's.
I've been smoking and eating granola. I'm like, I love this journey.
I love it. Yeah, I'm drinking again. It's so fun. So Siggi's is it's an Icelandic yogurt. So I love Greek yogurt. I love it, even though I was going to talk about this in a different journey, but I did watch What the Health, and then I decided I was vegan. But I'm vegan in spirit. Oh, this is the same journey. We'll get to that later. So I'm vegan in spirit now, but I'm still eating Greek yogurt. But the Icelandic yogurt, Siggi's, it is like super thick. It's thicker even than Faya, which is my go-to. And so you just get the granola in, and I have made granola at home many times. Like, it's something that I always love to do because you don't need a recipe.
Throw it on the pan.
Get your steel cut oats, get the honey, get the vanilla, get the salt, get the butter, or you can use vegetable oil if you don't want to use butter. You mix it all together, you put it on the pan, roast it, then you put in your fruits. Like, easy.
Yeah.
But it just has such a richer taste because I will always put like a little extra butter, a little extra oil. You can do like coconut oil if you want to keep it like super, super healthy, or like you could even do avocado oil. It doesn't have like that savory of a flavor. But the richness of the homemade oats, of the homemade granola, is so much more than whatever you get in the box, whatever, like Ezekiel, which that's what I would love to get. I would love to get like muesli. I'm like,
oh my God, I love muesli.
Not at that price point, you know.
No, it's like $20.
It is a handbag. It is a Birkin handbag.
They should actually make the outside of the box an actual handbag.
Yes.
So after you eat it, you get at least a purse out of it.
Sustainable, yeah. and then it is almost like a Louis Vuitton in a way where you're like, I can afford granola.
Yeah, it is.
I just ate it.
It's coded language.
It's coded
luxury
cereal.
Yeah.
Coated cereal. But the thing about what was I just gonna say? Oh my gosh, I feel like I was
expensive. We've been blanking a lot.
expensive.
It's like we're blacking out right now.
I feel like it's so hot down here, and we've been down here for hours. I feel like there was something I was gonna say about the granola, that it was so
It's expensive. The muesli.
It
will come to you.
An epiphany about granola. I mix it in with the Siggies. Oh yeah, this is what I was gonna say. This is a funny story about the yogurt, actually. One time I was and this is a bit of a non sequitur, so I'm still on the granola journey.
Yeah.
But
remind us to get back to the granola.
Caitlin Palufo, our friend and your neighbor, and person I had a breakdown to on Saturday, she and I and another comedian, Samantha Ruddy, several years ago, we were driving to the DC Underground Comedy Festival, and we stopped in at a Starbucks, obviously, and they had Siggies at the Starbucks. And I said to them, this is my favorite yogurt. But I was standing next to a guy, and the guy just goes, oh. Can you imagine? And I let him have it. I'm like, sir, did you think that I was telling you that this is my favorite yogurt? Oh, no. I wasn't telling you that a stranger. I was telling these people that I barely know, my new friends who I've driven here with, that this is my favorite yogurt.
I thought I'd open up to them. And you were in direct
my God. You were
my yogurt vulnerability.
Right in the way. You got a full dose. But anyway, I just thought that was so funny. Like, I mean, is that so
Those
me?
are my favorite stories. First, thinking I should let the group know. That's my mindset too. Like, it's just verbal diarrhea, but it's like I like it. I like sharing these
love this
things.
yogurt. I love this brand of yogurt, and I'm not gonna keep that to myself. I'm not gonna gatekeep Siggies.
You're
so
right there. Okay.
This poor guy just thinks I'm some mental asylum escapee on the loose.
That's what I knew. That's what women talk about.
Women love yogurt. He was cute too. I was like kind of mortified, but oh my God.
Oh my God, those are the best moments.
So I love when I do granola, I always do yogurt. I love it. It's like such a thicker. It's like takes it from a snack to a meal.
Yeah, it makes it breakfast.
It makes it breakfast.
I also find that the yogurt also equalizes that you know that you're eating a cookie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Because when you have, I'm so into this. I feel like you are taking this in another direction now because it's the savory of the Greek yogurt, no sugar, the savory with the sweet. Because sometimes the granola is, you put a lot of brown sugar in it. You put the honey, whatever.
You can't help it.
You can't help it. You're treating yourself to dinner. So great. We've clearly hit the threshold. Oh my God. So yes, that's my granola journey. And then
which lends itself to
lends itself to the next. We're going right into
to
it.
the convenient vegetarian, which is the category.
This
I
is-
think that should be a new term of vegetarianism.
yes, vegan, pescatarian. I'm just a vegetarian of convenience.
Anytime that it's easy and my options suit me at that moment,
Love it.
I will go vegetarian, and I
Yeah.
will tell you that's what I'm at.
And I'll even do vegan if it's good.
Yeah, I'll go
Yeah.
vegan.
Don't give me an eggplant parm.
Yeah.
Love it.
But-
Don't give me a 3-bean chili because
No.
that's I'm at the point in my life where I'm like I cannot eat beans. Every time I eat beans, I am farting to the point that it's like this is a problem.
I can't eat.
just
I can't eat chickpeas anymore because of that.
really. That's
Yeah.
sad. That's really sad. I mean, that's just be judgment.
No, but it's true. I'm like, maybe you know how they say to rinse them, but I'm like, what am I doing?
Do you peel the outside of it? Because I
no,
do
but
that
some
when
of
I
them they
make
come
hummus.
off.
I peel the outside and
I
sometimes
was
it helps, but I
frying
also
it
get
in
gassy.
oil.
Yeah, I get gassy from them too.
But it's gassy, the kind of gassy I get when I eat a bag of dried fruit.
Yeah, yes. I can't anything like that. You know, it's like the whole point of the Whole30 is to be like, what foods can your body handle?
Yeah.
And it's like if you're eating beans, like I used to make this like giant like. It would be like a split pea stew, and I would just make it, and I would just have it, and I would just be in my room, and I would just be like, wow, I guess I just fart like 50 times a day, like weird. And then going out and being around people and just like squeezing it in or like
Yeah.
finding a quiet corner. It's like this is not a sustainable lifestyle for me.
Yeah, I think I feel like I would put up with that in my 20s.
Yeah.
But
You're
in
like,
my
guess I'm a little
30s
gassy. Yeah.
But in my 30s, you're like, this is out of control. And I cannot be doing this as much. Or if
No.
I'm going to, I have to stay at home. But can I just say, like, I will eat foods that will do that to me, but I do not feel like beans are worth it. And here's why.
not,
I've
yeah.
talked about, I've even had a bit where one time I thought I did bring a can of chili to work. And then when I opened it, I realized it was a can of refried beans. And the disappointment I felt,
Yeah.
it's like eating, the consistency is mud.
yeah.
It's boring as
I
shit
just-
to me.
I'm not a bean person. I used to be like years ago. I would be like black beans. I love it, but it's just like it destroys my stomach.
Yeah.
I feel like so much uncomfortable gas, everything, and it's just the flavor. I would rather make a chili with corn, vegetables, like a veggie heavy chili. Fine, love it.
Yeah.
Like I'd rather just have I'll just have a tomato veggie soup then
Yeah.
with like some rice.
Yeah.
You know, like that's a complete protein.
But yeah, like they always make it seem like, well, you can always have beans instead of meat, and you're like, I'm sorry. It's some people really love beans. Like Allison Roman,
Yeah.
she loves beans. She's
Yeah.
always cooking. I've made some of her meals with beans. It's bad.
Yeah.
Like I did not think it was good. It looked yellow, like baby diarrhea, and
yeah.
then it just gets like it just looks like a sad meal on the second day. And we're back.
and we're back.
Had a little technical difficulty, but we were
Um,
talking about convenient vegetarianism, and we were basically just ending. Isn't
we
that
were
the
kind of wrapping up. I wanted to say like more vegetarian recipes that I love, but like, oh, did I talk about potatoes?
no?
This is what I was gonna say. Yes, it is. Oh my gosh, it's hitting me. So I was gonna say like a lot of times like I think like one thing that keeps me from being vegetarian is I'm like, oh, salad, I don't feel full. I need a meat on there. I need something. But I wanted to start having more potatoes in the diet. Sweet potatoes.
I
okay.
love. You know, there's a Allison Roman recipe of some kind of like cool butter thing concoction that
yum.
you pour over sweet potatoes.
Oh, yum.
It's like
Oh.
called cowboy butter or something.
Cowboy butter. God, that sounds good. Sweet potato. I love a sweet potato. You just put it in the oven. You just let it ride.
Yeah, it's delicious. I like topping it off sometimes with like a red onion,
Ooh,
just to get a little bit
yum.
more vegetables.
Pickled red onion.
Yes.
A little sour cream, a little butter. I mean, like anything.
It
So
goes.
having something like that that's like actually filling and so savory already, that is an easy thing that I'm going to try to incorporate into my diet more, and doing like breakfast potatoes more
Yeah.
instead of like eggs, and breakfast potatoes instead of like having bacon. Cause I'm like, I really do like want to get to a point in my life where I'm like, I just don't eat bacon anymore. I'm good. I
Yeah.
can move on without it. Unless it's like, a time that I wanted it anyway. And then this is like my personality in a nutshell, where I just have like a very strict moral code that I do not follow.
All the time. That's who I am. That's why I could never be really religious.
I would just be cheating on my spouse. I know. I mean, I do think that I feel like this is not something that's unique to me, though. It's like that's why they have like the pastor who's then like also like caught at the hotel with like the teenage boy of the town. It's just so.
That's where you end up.
That's vegetarianism.
That's why I'm like, why? That's why I say, why restrict?
Just don't restrict. I know, it's true. It's
Yeah.
true. Don't restrict, but substitute. And it's the same thing with like, anything in your life. I think it's like anything that you try to prevent, it just never works, because trying to prevent it is affirming it. It's like the same with like negative thoughts. Like you can't really suppress negative thoughts. You can like encourage positive thoughts, or like when you have a negative thought, you can like become mindful of it.
Yeah. Anytime, you have to force anything.
What
it's
you
not
resist
happening.
persists. That's the thing I was thinking of. What you
Oh,
resist
that's perfect.
persists. Yes.
Yes. I'm dealing with that, and I've talked about it ad nauseum, but like, how does one get confidence at a certain age?
How do you do it?
I feel like if you didn't get it in childhood, it's not happening.
I
And
know.
who cares?
And who cares?
If I have a slight self-esteem issue.
I've been doing this. I know. I'm like every day I'm like, I finally solved the problem. And then
Yeah.
I'm like, it didn't work.
It didn't work.
It actually it worked one time, and then it stopped working.
Yeah, and then it got worse.
That's like why people get addicted to meth. I think they're like,
Yeah.
I finally feel okay. And then they just can never get back there. They're like, one more time.
no, it's hard.
I've been on a journey I did a scene in my acting class. Thank you so much.
Mm.
About some people on drugs. And so I've been learning about meth addiction.
Oh.
But my self-esteem fix has been every day for 8 minutes after I read my self-help book. I've worked it in. I do a meditation where I just visualize myself like slaying.
I love that.
And it has actually been, I think it has actually been helpful that I have been feeling better overall. I mean, meanwhile, I did spiral this weekend into a complete oblivion.
You can always start again tomorrow.
Start again tomorrow. But it's like, even if you have like the best self-esteem, it's like, what? Then you're just going to be mentally stable? Like, don't think so.
Also,
Who
I
has that?
I feel like if you always have regular esteem, or whatever you want to call it, is that just being a psycho?
Yes.
You
Exactly.
do need some awareness, right?
You have to have awareness, and you also have to be like pushing yourself outside of your comfort zone. And if you're not pushing yourself outside of your comfort zone and everything is great, then that just means like you're not growing in your life.
Yeah.
You should be like feeling failure.
I had that this weekend where I was kind of down upon myself with some of my sets, but they weren't bad. But what I did leave there feeling good about is like, you know what? You did try a lot of new.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it didn't work.
I know.
But at least I'm throwing shit to the wall.
Absolutely. I would rather it is so much better to be the person that is like taking a risk and trying new stuff and having it not working out, and then maybe feeling bad and being like, I'm not as good as I know that I could be, and working to get better, than it is like we've all seen like that old hack, no names, of the person who only does one set that they have been doing since the 80s, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh my God, he's just gonna do this, or they,
Yeah.
no gender identification, but this person is just going to do the same set again.
Yeah.
And yes, they're crushing, but they're addicted to the kill.
Yeah.
And that's a scary place to be.
You do not want to be there.
You do
So
not
you know
wanna
what,
be
guys?
there. Keep writing, keep working, keep taking risks, and keep feeling like a failure, because that's healthy. But get back up. Get back up.
And eat less meat
Eat
if
less
you can.
meat, you animals. No, but we really appreciate you guys. Thank you so
Yeah.
much. Thank you for your
Do what you want.
Patreon support. Thank you for supporting Lady Journey. If you haven't gotten a chance, please subscribe on YouTube.
Yeah. Thank
Thanks,
you.
guys.
Lady Journey.